reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Justin. Oh, yes. It's an anime I'm watching that I was heavily impressed by, and I forgot that I had that as my background. Um, every Friday I watch it. Turbo Drop? Oh, I mean, that's not a terrible deal if you happen to want to watch this show that I'm watching on Crunchyroll. But, eh, eh, anime. Um, I've upgraded the stream a little bit. I've made it a little bit more better for the people who pop into stream. It's a little bit more clear, a little bit more crisper, easier on the eyes, better bit rate. I really like Streamlabs because sadly, Stream Elements is having a little bit of financial trouble staying afloat. But they are saying we're keeping our doors open to see what options come through it. So not necessarily leave, but I moved over to Streamlabs, and it was really easy to move over. So we'll see what comes of it in the coming months, but it made things a lot easier to kind of view everything and handle. Uh, that is true. Streamlabs, they want me to become an affiliate, and with the affiliation, they're gonna be like, "Hey, try and push the subscription thing," which allows for better what do they call it? Uh, Plugin support, better emblem support, better just everything. Embeds GIFs in your chat in case you have a whole bunch of spammers who want to spam a bunch of cool GIFs down there. It'll pop them up and be, funny and humorous and whatnot. You have to pay money for those. However, there is also the push for AI when it comes to these, such as auto clipping certain clips and putting them into a little specific folder in their little cloud to basically be like, hey, you did a cool thing during your stream. Do you want the clip to put elsewhere? Or do you want to save it to your Twitch VODs? And I'm like, yeah, I don't. If I don't clip it myself, I wouldn't find it to be humorous. Yeah, yeah. My stream deck literally does that. But eh, I I don't know if I want to do an affiliate with them yet. I want to see more from what Streamlabs will offer us, before I go and ramble on about it. But as said, moving from Stream Elements OBS to this took me about an hour total. Uh, all of the commands and all, I moved over. Very quick, simple, easy. Gave me no hassle. I'm here for all that. Um, how are you doing, Q? Yeah, me too. Let me blow myself a little bit. Yeah, me too, man. It's getting warmer again. I thought the cool days were still gonna be lingering around, but no, it's gonna get hotter again, and then go back down to 80 by next week. I think it did. We were kind of like looking out the window, hoping things weren't gonna come flying by, because they reached up to 50 miles an hour, which is disastrous for a desert because it's flat land. Ain't nothing gonna stop it. But drinking anything special? Just your Kirkland brand? Fair enough. As for me, I'm drinking another Fresca. I love Fresca. I love Fresca. Ooh. Usually I'd start off with Humble Bundle, but I'm going to start off with another website that does pretty good deals. Fanatical. We talked about these guys a little bit ago, but this deal is pretty good not to really pass up. I like Critical Role. I like the comic books of Critical Role. I don't own them all, but this is a good way if I wanted to own them all. $15 gets you all 18 of these books, including the Vox Machina Origins, the Mighty Nine Origins, the Art of Vox Machina, and just all of the individual stories that come with it. A $245 value down to 15 bucks. I recommend it very highly. Go over to fanatical.com, take a look at their stuff. Even their bundles are kind of neat. Um, you can get some really like $40 games for like $7.50. Check them out. Up-a-doop. Over on Humble Bundle, though, Perplexing Puzzles is the first one, where you get 11 items for $10. I'm a big fan of puzzle games, and Viewfinder, I remember Viewfinder, where you take a camera and you kind of alter the world that you're standing in, placing the photos that become realistic and interactable. I really enjoyed Viewfinder, and the fact that this game's available for $10, I recommend it very highly. Um, yeah. Taiji, a interesting little platformer that kind of acts like the the game The Witness, where you're going around and you're just solving puzzles as you're wandering around. Um, some of them are very sequence based, others are map oriented, but this definitely feels like The Witness with a more 2D perspective. Well, 2.5D. There's some moving in a 3D perspective as well. Parallel Experiment, a two-player puzzle game that I really like this art style of like half comic, half cell shading, and some of the puzzles are very straightforward, but others require that other half to really solve these puzzles. I love the co-op style games where you got to give information to your friend, like the bomb defusal game. Uh, Stop talking and everyone explodes. That one. Yeah, but even still, fantastic idea. I've always enjoyed those. Isla, a Frosty Glide, a platforming puzzle game that I really enjoyed. The nice 3D, almost Mario 64 esque art style that it comes with. It looks like a mild collectathon with some puzzles, some wall jumping. I'm a huge fan of wall jumping. Um, Abra Cooking Dabra, a card game with a little bit of puzzle-like elements because you're still creating even with the cards that you're dealt, and so you keep dealing more cards and keep making more recipes. It's a fun one, but it seems like I would get overwhelmed very quickly. And Link, Link Ito, a pretty interesting little puzzler that involves with technology, where you connect point A to point B and make sure that the circuit doesn't overload with the bits and pieces that needs to run through. I'm not big on engineering, but this kind of looks fun. I would actually kind of check it out a little bit. Mind over magnet. I still don't know how magnets truly work, but I don't know, man. Like, not even Insane Clown Posse knows, so I don't think I can answer that one. Um, yeah, yeah. But 50 levels. You meet a magnet, and you do magnet things. I like simple puzzle games where they're just one room each, and you're just trying to figure out how to get the key, get to the exit, the end. Nothing more, nothing less. And Proverbs, a really interesting grid puzzle game that when I looked at it, I was like, okay, I kind of get it. And then I scratched my chin and I said, oh, wait, no, I don't get it. Yeah, the way that this person's playing this game, I don't know. It looks like a weird minesweeper, but you can go over the numbers, and if you know how to play Minesweeper, you already know how to play a Mega Mosaic. The numbered clues 0 through 9 indicate how many light tiles must be placed within one square of the clue. Oh, it's like anti-Minesweeper. Oh, I would still probably, yeah, but if you get it, I mean, I get Minesweeper and I could play Minesweeper right now. Like, it's a pretty good game. And then you get a couple coupons for Beyond Words, a Balatro like uh Scrabble game, which is pretty interesting. I played it during the Steam Next Fest. Botany Manor, I played a little bit of this on Game Pass. It's fine, it's fun. I'm not much for botany, but it's cool. There's a story involved. And Paper Trail, a 75% off coupon for that one, where you play as a foldable paper woman trying to, I guess, unfold a journey as she goes along. And while you're doing so, you're also doing like mild papercraft puzzles. I'm like, okay, that's kind of neat. The yeah, the charity is the Trevor Project. The mission for the Trevor Project is to end suicide among gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, and questioning young people. The Trevor, oh yeah, the Treasure Project has no opinion or promotion on the views, opinions, and or ideals of any of these games, but it's a very simple mission. But yes, and I believe this one's pretty good too. Uh, it's a big one though. Monster Hunter Spring Hunting Collection 2026. Now, when it was like spring hunting, when I first initially clicked, I was like, "Oh, you're actually gonna put wilds for sale." No, sadly, this does not involve Monster Hunter Wilds because the DLC is going to be coming out soon. They're probably going to do a small deal having to do with it. I believe there's Whispers on the Wind where you can get wilds for $20 and then the DLC for $40, so it's $60 to get the full thing. I'm like, that's not terrible. So soon you might be able to get the game for super cheap as well as the DLC. But for $38, you get 11 items, such as Monster Hunter Rise and the DLC Sunbreak, along with the deluxe kit that has a lot of really cool costumes and palico pieces. Uh, and the other, yeah, you get the Sunbreak Deluxe kit and the original Deluxe kit, which is just a lot of cosmetics and emotes. Then all of the Monster Hunter World stuff, where you get all of the cosmetics and the Iceborne DLC, which adds over 37 hours of main story gameplay. No, 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 no. The fact that they're citing how long to beat doesn't put to donuts I don't want to say an amateur hunter, but a less experienced hunter against some of the end game content that Iceborne brings. Like that, it is tough as nails. And then to get ready for Monster Hunter Stories, it also the third one. It's going to have Monster Stories 1 and Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin. In case you want to play the turn-based combat versions of these games. But in case you can't wait, it also has a 45% off coupon for Monster Hunter Wilds, making it, if I'm not mistaken, $35. So, not too terrible of a discount to include with this. Mm-hmm. And the charity that this helps out is the Raiden Science Foundation. The Raiden's Science Foundation unites the community to drive the advancement of cures for rare diseases that impact children, starting with the UBA5 disorder. We are overcoming research barriers in the world of rare to deliver life changing therapies. Our aim is to create more than just hope. I love Capcom. I love Capcom to death. They have so far had a pretty damn good year in 2026 with just the hope of Monster Hunter getting a pretty damn good DLC. I'm excited. I re-downloaded the game, started picking back up the events. I'm here for the next coming. Freaking I even re-downloaded Requiem just so I could play the Leon Must Die Forever mode. That shit's fun. But alas, my time has been taken elsewhere the last couple of days. Badoop. Coming soon to Xbox Game Pass is a whole slew of games, including the one that I've been spending a lot of time with. Uh, Forza Horizon 6. You're in Japan. You're riding around in one of the JDM classics, and you're just having a real damn good time listening to a lot of damn fine radio. I love this game. It is my first 10 out of 10 after Requiem. I love this game. It's fantastic. And that's online too. Those are against people. Yes, that was in the preview, and I was excited for that too. I'm at that point right now in the story. I'll be able to do that once I log on after we're done with this podcast. But I absolutely love this game. All of the radio stations are pretty good, banger after banger. Some songs from animes that I was not expecting. I even heard Joji in there, and I was like, "What are you doing here?" I'm okay. I'm not gonna kick it out of bed, but what are you doing here? I recommend it for anyone who's a fan of racing. As far as its sales and as far as the servers, yesterday it packed out at 488,000 players, crashing the servers multiple times. Luckily, they are not an online only game. The only downside is if you were with a convoy with friends, it was a little rocky. But everything seems to be working fine today. They just, I guess, needed to shake off a little bit of the server rust because Forza Horizon 5 did, as far as I know, never had this issue. Forza Horizon 6 was hiccuping. Mm, they love this game. I love this game. Keep going. And also, the first event is going to be coming soon. We're going to be getting our weekly seasons back, so every week a new season will roll around, and you'll be able to earn new cars by just doing weekly events. Uh, what dropped yesterday? Dead Static Drive, My Friend Peppa Pig, Pigeon Simulator, Remnant 2, and Winter Burrow hopped onto the cloud gaming or other services such as Premium or PC. Uh, simulation. Oh, Pigeon Simulator. I played a little bit of it with a couple friends. It's crazy. It's wild on what you can do, and the things you need to do in that game is just beyond itself. It's fun, but it's really fucking weird. Luna Abyss Escape Simulator Echo Generation 2 with the weird guy looking like Marty McFly on the cover. Outer Worlds, the Spacious Choice Edition with the two very fun DLCs. Crash Out Crew, Kabuto Park, Final Fantasy VI, and Jurassic World Evolutions 3 will all be flying onto their respective uh, Xbox Series XS, PC, Crash Out's Crew is coming to the handheld, and all of these will be available on the cloud. Holy cow! I like the idea of Crash Out Crew. I might download that one. Badoop, badoop, and badoop. Time to get to some bad news. So, a game I've been excited for since the Game Awards in December. I keep forgetting the name of it. I know it's GOD, which is the Gangs of Dragon, a game that had the Yakuza series creator Toshihiro Nagoshi, who made Nagoshi Studios, that put their name on the line for this well put together game. Sadly, all of the official stuff, anything that's on the official website, anything that's on the YouTube channel has been deleted. Anything having to do with their official stuff has been completely wiped off the face of the earth. I double verified. I went and looked myself. And I'm kind of bummed. Like, this game looked fantastic. So, what at Pirate Nation kind of takes a guess at. NetEase ended all funding after determining that the studio's debut project, Game of Dragon, would require an additional 7 billion yen, around 44 million USD, to complete. So they said, go and find yourselves a new publisher. And I guess during the 2 weeks of difference, they could not find one or an investor to put some money up. And so they ultimately had to shut it down. I Yes. That is a lot of money to ask for, especially for a game that you already had a tech demo for, or at least a trailer for. And from what we see in the trailer, you're using Kamurocho. You have most of your map done, but I digress. A bit sad, but hopefully we somehow see during one of the many. We're getting 4 things talked about in the first week of June, so hopefully during one of those, someone decides to sneak in a little bit of a we're changing the name, but everything's still the same type of ordeal, like we saw with I forget what changed its name, but it was still well received. But even so, I hope we get one of those. Not a lot of okay. Not a lot of gaming news for right now because June 2nd we're getting a state of play from Sony, and on the 5th we are getting the Summer Games Showcase as well as the Day of the Devs. And then later on in that week, I think the 7th, we are getting the Xbox Showcase with the Gears of War E Day uh, gameplay trailer at the very end that they are going to also have a little talk about for 30 minutes, I think. I'm not 100%, but I'm excited for more Gears of War. I like Gears of War. Got no problem with it. Any other gaming things you got, Q? Gotcha. Then it's time for shoe news. Adidas has released a new form of shoe called the Adizero, Adizero, and I kind of like them. They look very sporty. These non-tied shoestring slip-on shoes have a very nice looking arch to them to make them compatible with running while also not sliding off. But they're I believe they released this last month or the month before with some common colorways, but now they're starting to get into the specialty stuff, such as this one, the Wave of Kanagawa. Um, a beautiful artwork that has a beautiful vista with uh, one of the Mount, I believe it's Mount Fuji in the background, um, and just a huge wave careening into some fishermen's boats and looking mighty fantastic on the swooshes of this shoe. I'm here. Oh, it's not swooshes. I'm sorry, stripes. I'm sorry, stripes. You are correct. But I really do like the design of the shoe. What I don't like about this shoe is the price tag. From the original colorways, they were $200 for the original colorways, and I can only assume the specialty ones are going to be just as bad because the future one, the one I'm going to talk about next, is going to be a little bit rough. Not the next shoe, the next Adi Zero is going to be a bit much. But the next shoe, however, we're slipping over to Nike with the Nike, I believe, foam posits. Yeah, the foam posits. Now those ones are pricey on their own, but add in a little bit of those ones have swooshes. You are correct. But those ones also have a unique flare that was only available in China during the original run of these. It has a nice little hand painted vase look to them, while also adding in like a jade sole that I wish glowed in the dark, but from what I read in the thing down below, it does not have anything. I kind of like I kind of like the look and design of these. As said, the price tag's a little rough. $250. Hmm. The embroidered flower does look really nice. I believe it is a sunset lotus. I believe. I'm not 100% on that. Someone will probably correct me down the line. It is to be released on June 4th, and this one actually gets a US release, unlike the last ones. But the last ones also weren't foam posits. I believe they were Dunklows? Air Forces? I forgot. Uh, but doop. No, yeah, we talk about a lot of freaking shoes. And also, Socks in chat. Hi, Socks. What if you got it dirty, though? Yeah. Yeah, getting these ones dirty would actually kind of hurt a little bit. Yeah, yeah. I would wear them with a suit. I would. Yeah, they would not be worn out and about anywhere else. But heading back over to the Adidas and the Avi, oh god, Avi, I forget what the heck they Adi Zeros and the Mandalorian Grogu. You can't hear Q. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. It's showing audio, but it's not, I don't think it caught any, but can't hear. Oh no. Hang on, I'm looking. Device. Yeah, it's on speakers. Hang on, I'm gonna change it real quick. Change it back to speakers. Say something.
Say something.
Okay, I changed it back and it doubled up. Okay. Oh no. Yeah, I'm looking at.
Hopefully it's on the recording.
I will hope that it's on the recording too. If it isn't, because I saw the wavelength. That's what caused me not to really worry about it. Okay, maybe Streamlabs is not not working out already. Well, that is
No, at 20 rather than 40. Yeah, that's a fair point, Sucks.
that is fair point.
Thank you for letting us know. Appreciate it.
In short, yeah, he was making a few quips. He did a few quips, and everything was funny about it. What the Stream Elements? What are you doing? Okay, well, I'm glad you're getting blocked and muted and all that. I tried to pull away from using the Stream Elements stuff. I don't know why it's auto doing that. I did not set that to auto do. Everything's breaking on
Did
all
it just
fronts.
put itself on timeout?
No, Streamlabs put Stream Elements on timeout.
Oh, okay.
Oh man. Okay.
Well, for those listening to the podcast version of this and not the live version of this, if you didn't hear me for the last 20 minutes, just know I was hilarious.
He was hilarious. He made me laugh a couple
If
times.
you did hear me for the last 20 minutes, like if it does turn out we have all of that for the recording, you don't agree that I was hilarious. Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
That's just like your opinion, man. But I apologize to Quincy a billion times.
Yeah, you know what happens. Our first episode, you can barely hear us. 350 episodes in, we're still having tech issues. I mean, I think it's the Bethesda thing. Is it a bug or is it a feature?
Yes. 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 There's no one or the other. It is yes. But welcome to the Ugly Mugs podcast. I'm your host, Justin.
And I might be here. I'm Quincy.
We've been going up and down. Luckily, I've been going over all of the news, and Quincy has had a few quips and a few opinions.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the good thing about the fact that you have everything on your end, and that I'm reacting to most of it,
Yeah.
rather than being the lead on it.
Okay. I'll cut out the little jargon of me going, "Oh no," like 40 times, but
I mean, we probably need it, so if in case the recording didn't have me.
True. I'll leave it in. But what we're talking about is the Adidas Adis Zeros Evo SLs for $170, which is surprising compared to the original pricing of $200. But we'll see when it drops on. Oh, they already dropped. Wait, I can actually go and see it. Hang on. Oh yeah, it's $170. The only downside is not in my shoe. Well, I can get 10 and a half, so I don't know if that would actually fit me. But, they actually kind of do give the Mandalorian look. They got a little bit of leather on the back. They have on the, what would be, I guess, the shoestring holster, I guess. This is the way. It gives simple, but not overly pushy with the collab. I like them. I like them a lot. The 170 is still a little rough for a pair of sneakers, but it's a Adidas. Second to last on the shoes. Me. There we go. Quincy, what do you know about the Sedona, Arizona McDonald's?
Nothing.
Well, I learned about 4 weeks ago that the Sedona, Arizona McDonald's had a very interesting colorway of like a soft tan with light blue arches, being the only one to have a not golden arches McDonald's.
That's weird.
That being said, the Phoenix Suns player Devin Booker and Nike decided to also grab McDonald's with this and make two shoes, one of which that light blue with white arches on the back. This whole shoe is light blue. Like there is the only white that is on here is maybe a little bit of the sole and the arches in the back. Everything else about it is bright light blue. However, the other
It's
shoe,
an odd color scheme for Mickey D's.
it is, especially when it's the only one that is in Arizona, Sedona, Arizona. But it does come in a almost Long John Silver style food box, not a McDonald's food box, but it's fine. On the inside of the,
I think they're trying to go for the Big Mac box. It just looks weird at that size.
it does. But on the inside, you see the Sedona, Arizona McDonald's on the inside with the light blue colorway, and I'm like, okay, that's a cute little homage to the reference. However, they're the lightest ones of these, the white ones with the light blue accents, has a weird texture that I cannot abide by. It is after a rain and the sun kind of dries out the entirety of the ground and creates these cracks, like mud cracks. That's the texture.
Yeah, it's almost
like
a dried up salt flats type of thing.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't want it.
They're going for some interesting shoes in this weird, very out of nowhere collab.
Yeah. But I'm happy. You know, they have Just Do It in one, and I'm loving it in the other insole. Like they're going whole ham on it. I can be very appreciative of the shoes, but nah, miss me with them. For the light ones at 155, the blue ones are only in a giveaway for right now from the 22nd through the 28th when you buy one of the new specialty drinks. So you go into the McDonald's app, opt into the My McDonald's rewards, buy one of the specialty drinks, and you get one entry for these the bright blue shoes. Which I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know, that's fine. I believe it will be 20 pairs. I'm unsure of how many pairs they have. But if you want to make an entry and eat disgusting food, but probably a pretty good drink, head over to McDonald's, buy one of these specialty drinks, and hope you win.
Yeah, they're like trying to do like boba and stuff now.
Yeah, and so
It's
is
like, guys,
Del Taco.
what you could do instead is bring back the dollar menu.
Yeah, you can make your shit cheaper. Like that, I would probably do just a double, and that's it, or not double, a McDouble, and call it good. Like I honestly, their food kills me every time now.
It wrecks my stomach every time. I don't eat there anymore.
So yeah, a lot of places doing boba. So you got Jack in the Box.
Yeah, I don't know if it's. I don't think it's the tapioca type of boba. I think it's the popping jellies.
Yeah, the popping jellies style. I think Jack in the Box is doing regular boba, the tapioca ones. But Del Taco is doing like blueberry style boba where they look like little blueberries. And I'm like, oh, that's cute.
What does Baja Mexican food have to do with boba?
I don't know, but it was very refreshing, and it had dragon fruit in it, which is very uncommon.
I do like dragon fruit. It's overpriced for how light the flavor is, but
Yeah, but so what they do is they do Sprite, they put some pieces of dragon fruit, they take a little bit of dragon fruit flavoring, and then the little blueberry boba jellies down at the bottom. That shit was good. I recommend it very highly. But I want to try the zero sugar Minute Maid one, so that way it's lower in the sugar content. And lastly, with
You were trying to
shoes,
be healthy. God.
a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay, I'm looking at the audio waves. Things are still looking good. So
Okay, good.
Sox has not had any major issues. I appreciate her popping in and saying that she couldn't hear you, because I wouldn't have known any better.
Yeah, no, we would have gotten the whole show.
Yeah. Over on the Crocs side of things, just for a brief moment, because, well, these aren't my kind of shoes, as well as I'm not a part of this fandom, but Sonic the Hedgehog Crocs are going to be released in June 10th, I believe. Uh, they have 4 different styles. This is the only one that's confirmed right now, where it is black with the gold rings on all over the place. The little bounce trigger with the backing, and then all 3 of the good friends sticking out on the front. And then on the other one, you got a Chaos Emerald over there. Eh, it's Croc, as Quincy would say. Time to talk about some interesting technology things that have happened over the course of time. One of my favorite laptop makers, Framework, has had a keynote speech a month and a half ago. But with everything that's going to be coming out, they are basically saying we want to make all of our computers backwards compatible, forward compatible. We just want you to be happy with the computer you either make yourself or we make for you. We want every piece to be replaceable. We want every piece to be understandable by the user. We want every piece to be carbon neutral. We want you to be happy with what you purchase. Everything.
Wait,
From
they care about the consumer?
very
That
much
doesn't
so.
sound right.
No, they do. Because they even say, "Hey, you want to run Linux? We can put Linux on this bitch and give it to you."
No, companies don't care about consumers. That's not right.
I'm going to just yeah, I'm just going to ban that. Oh, I can't ban it.
Like,
Oh.
at this point, I feel like most of us have formed some kind of Stockholm syndrome with the companies that we purchase things from.
There we go. Sorry, stream elements. You are correct. I when I went to this website, because I've heard of Framework for a long time, where they basically said the first 3 of their computers were very hither thither. They were okay, but they didn't have the adaptability that everything from, I believe, the 4th generation onto the 13th that we're at right now. They talked about the 14 and 15, but that was all Linus Tech Tips, which we'll talk about him in a moment. But as far as Framework is concerned, these computers are great. Any single piece on this keyboard, the trackpad, you can even add in 2 separate trackpads for multiple use things. You can add in a USB-C plugin, a regular USB-A 3.0 plugin, an HDMI output, a SD card reader, a fucking M.2 chip reader, I believe that is in the works for future upgrade. There is a lot you can do with this, and every piece is modular, which means you could just take a piece off, put another piece on, and ready to go. I love that. I love that about this thing.
Now, we did notice when looking through these that they're not going to be top tier gaming PCs.
No, these are more meant to be work laptops. That's why they are called Framework. They are meant to do coding, meant to do stationary build, meant to do programming, not meant to do hardcore gaming. However, you can do a little bit of light gaming. You can play Balatro on this thing. You can play Hyperlight Drifter. You can play some nice 2D games with light 3D elements. There's nothing too strenuous like Cyberpunk. Probably do Cyberpunk on medium and you probably look okay, but I mean that's most of the processor working. But at $1,500 for the pre-built version of this, computer. It's an Ultra 5 325, got 4.5 gigahertz, 8 cores, a pretty dang sizable battery, a 2.8K touchscreen battery, a touchscreen display, which is another one of their features, a touchscreen display. So you can bend this whole entire thing backwards and use it as a on-the-go touchpad.
Kind of like a Surface Pro.
Yeah, kind of like a Surface Pro. 16 gigabytes of LPDDR5 memory that is handmade. They worked. They processed all of these chips themselves. They made sure that these will be embedded into the motherboard, I guess, the motherboard piece, and it's easily slidable into, but it is, I believe, replaceable with the LPC versions. So if you want to upgrade those later, guess what? You can. And then only 512 gigabytes of NVMe storage, so it's not a lot, but as said, this thing is meant for working, not meant for playing.
That reminds me, did you see this guy that has basically said screw these RAM prices and has started building RAM at home?
Yes, and he's been doing a little bit of odd things by buying old like PCIe chips that are like they're meant to be what do they call it? Octane. The Intel Octane, where you're supposed to use that as like a speedy drive builder, so it kind of pushes some of the weight off of the RAM. And I'm like, doing that can kind of mess with your RAM a little bit. So I'm curious to see where that's going to go, but go for it, man. It's your
Yeah,
money.
I'm,
It's your
more my point is like that's where we're at with this stuff now. Like, oh, all right, well, you guys aren't going to give it to us for a fair price. I'm just going to make my own RAM at home.
I'll build it. I mean, if you could build 6,000 megatransfer a second style of RAM at home, you can make a killing. But these ones are a little bit faster at 7467 megatransfers a second, which is disastrous speed. Like if 6,000 is running this podcast that you see here, you can only imagine what a little bit more, what a fifth more power can do. All right, time to get into the weird news. So, two big tech companies had keynote speeches. First one, Android, went pretty good, had a few hiccups in their delivery of things. And Linus Tech Tips, thank you for breaking them down, because the Android one was an hour and a half long, and he breaks it down to 13 minutes. The other one, Google I/O, was almost 2 hours long, and he breaks it down to 18 minutes. So for about 30 minutes of both entertainment as well as very suitable and well digestible knowledge, you can go over to Linus Tech Tips and take a look at some pretty interesting notes from the keynote speeches. Oh, hello, Rooster. Hi, Rooster. First one that he mentions is the Google Book. Chromebook is going to be shoved off. The way that things are just becoming cheaper for Chromebooks, that's kind of how it's going to be. But Chromebooks are not strong.
But probably chock full of AI.
Yes and no. So, right now Chromebooks are... Yeah, you were correct. So, Chromebooks right now are a little bit packed up with some of the Gemini stuff, just because that's Chrome, it's Google, it's how Google kind of works. Gemini, we'll talk about that in a minute, has their own hiccups, but also some interesting features that actually make sense for what AI can be used for. Such as Alexa. I'm not going to say her name out loud because I don't want to turn on my lights right now.
Everyone's shit's going to turn on.
Yeah. Xbox turn off. Xbox turn off. Xbox turn off. But that being said, these things aren't supposed to hold a lot. So things are going to kind of push in an interesting way. The RAM that is going to be hard embedded, which means that the motherboards are going to have the RAM built into them. They are going to basically make RAM cheap because they are making them themselves. Is it stable? We have no idea. Is it better? We have no idea. Is the processors used going to be okay? From what we can assume.
I mean, let's be honest. Google's recent motto isn't, it's better. It's, hey, we built this thing. Does it work well? No. Okay, we don't want it. That's not acceptable.
So I concur. However, they are adding some of those AI features, but with those AI features, they're kind of interesting. And when I say that, it is with the trackpad / mouse that you plug in, you get some interesting features, such as you could say, I hope it doesn't work with my phone, but Gemini, can you move this to this area? Or can you merge these two pictures together? Or can you add that to my list? And it also has some interesting shuffles of what can build with what. Or can you help build me a menu? Can you help put together this resume in a more cohesive manner? Those are where I'm like, okay, that's where Gemini can kind of make a little bit of sense, where it's like you give Gemini the list of things that you're good at, have, done in your past, the phone number you can be reached at. Making a cohesive and presentable resume is kind of difficult to do, but with Gemini, they can make it look good. They'll even offer options such as, do you want it in a different color? Do you want some slate? Do you want it to be printer friendly?
There's so many templates out there for resumes. I don't need AI to do that for me. Like,
fair.
and again, we're gonna chalk this computer full of AI. We're gonna put it on everyone's phones and all that. And the best thing it can do is build a resume for me. Like, no,
Okay.
keep this crap out of here.
Okay, that was just the first. That was just the first. There's more. There's a few more. Linus does go in to say that, yeah, there is some weird things such as you can basically have it work with your scheduling app, considering it's attached to Google, so
Mhm.
it'll just go into your Google scheduler. So it's like, oh hey, I'll be in on, as it shows here, May 19th. It would be great to catch up. You double click that and say add to my schedule, and it'll add it to your scheduler, and it'll show who it's talking about, Adeline Brown. So
This has already been a thing in Google and Apple and whatnot, though.
has it? No, I haven't used it, so I wouldn't know.
I mean, they added a couple extra things to it, but no, I mean, like, it's already been a thing that, like,
Okay.
when you get an email, the system can look at that and you can tell it to add it to your calendar because
Oh,
it'll recognize that there's something there. I mean, it looks like they tweaked it a bit, but like, no, that's been a thing.
oh, okay. That's it. I never used it with any of my stuff. I use Outlook, so thanks MSN for not badgering me with problems. But
I mean, I use Gmail and I feel like I've seen this. Like, I don't feel like this is new.
gotcha.
And my iPhone does it as well for like text messages.
Okay.
Like, if someone texts me a date, there's an option generally to add it to my calendar.
Okay. That's fair, all things considered. Here's the weird one. Let's say you want to go shopping and you want something that is designer. You can ask Gemini, circle it using your new tool to circle it, to find that product at a reasonable price. It'll show you products that look similar, products that are the exact thing, but it'll reasonably show you all those products. The weird part of it is, if it is sold out by most retailers, the actual product, it will automatically purchase that item when it drops again.
Okay.
If you
I don't want anything to automatically purchase anything ever. And this is just Google Lens with a shopping button now.
Correct. That's kind of their push, whereas it's Google Lens, but it stretches out a little bit further. Um, eh, eh. Yeah, the auto buy thing is a bit scary. Linus even says, "Do I trust them with my money?" Yeah, sure.
Like, that's the thing, is I don't even put credit cards on online shops anymore. Like, half the stuff I either, do a PayPal link to, or I'm doing a temporary card because I just don't trust any of these fucking things. I mean, how many times Sony been hacked? How many times have we had shit charged on our accounts? We've had to have Sony go through and refund us and whatnot. Yeah, Sony's not Google, but it's just an example of like these giant tech companies can't be trusted with our payment information.
Mm-mm. You're right, and I am never going to put my credit card information into Google.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's in YouTube just because. I mean, ad revenue.
I don't even have it there. PayPal.
Sadly, they don't allow for PayPal payments.
Oh well, they need to get on that. That because I don't. I mean, I guess I could put it on there temporary, do what I need to do, and take it right back off. I don't know.
Well, the payment thing I'm talking about is like if ad revenue is back on our YouTube channel, then it would
Right.
Need to pay out to a bank account. So luckily, money is not going toward them; it is going to me. So
Right.
That's fine.
It's still like our pod revenue. That's all done through PayPal.
Yeah.
So
both outgoing and incoming.
Yeah, like I'm not storing any information on there. Yeah, I'm storing information with PayPal. So I mean, there's still that risk of PayPal gets hacked, but it's like it's one less place where my information is sitting.
Okay. So let's throw away all the stuff I talked about. Let's throw all the Gemini stuff away. Now, the idea of custom widgets. Linus goes into detail of this thing's actually kind of cool because let's say I want to create a family trip and you already have all the details and you want to know what time to leave, what time to get your stuff ready by, and as it shows here, it has what airport you're leaving, what time, when you're going to be there, the confirmation for your car rental, and the dinner reservation at the Berlin restaurant that you ordered from. That's actually kind of neat.
It's an itinerary?
Kind of. There are other ideas for the widgets, such as being able to send it to the watches, like a lightweight one. They're kind of cycling around the idea of smaller weather widgets, ones that are interested to those who want to kind of just keep it in the periphery, such as me, which
right, and I'm fine with a widget with an extension. I use a few on my watch, on my phone, on different electronic devices. Oh, I can get behind a widget. I can get behind an extension. I mean, I've got an extension built onto my browser on my computer. I've got scenes built into the Echo and whatnot. I can get behind all this.
Okay.
Is this a thing that they're selling as, oh, this is all done through AI? Is my question. The widget thing.
Same way that we ask Alexa questions. Oh, god dang it. I hope that she doesn't go off.
Okay, she's a virtual assistant thing. Yeah, there's an argument about, is there AI there or not? Is there AI there? That's AI. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, like, the widget that is going through and pulling all of my itinerary. It's got my reservations for dinner. It's got my reservations for the car. It's got my flight information. It's putting that all in a line for me, like that image you just showed me. Is it their AI that is building that?
I believe so.
Is it Gemini that's doing that?
Okay,
so here's my thing. Widgets aren't new. Extensions aren't new.
No.
We've had things that do this.
Yes, and he even mentions it.
But now it's
7 years ago.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, hey, but it's got the buzzword of AI, and it's like, I don't need it to do that. I don't need a giant database to do that. I can just have my email for receiving my confirmation for those things, and just put them on it. Whatever. Okay, continue.
Yep.
I'm still yet to see anything to sell me on any of this.
Yeah, the whole privacy push, such as a personal assistant that's always on, always listening, such as like purchasing tickets to a concert that you're talking to, find me a late night pizza spot.
That's disgusting. Kind of I don't need this thing to fucking listen to me 24/7 and then just randomly buy shit.
Yeah, Google Assistant will be able to make calls to book your appointments.
Yeah, don't want that.
I want to make sure that I got to confirm. And then,
I got annoyed calling a guy for work the other day because he had one of those virtual assistants that maybe record a message to him to tell him why I was calling before it determined whether or not he was available for me to talk to. Dude, just let me get your voicemail if you don't want to answer my call.
yeah, I know, right? So I believe he had mentioned that the Android Auto, the thing that I'm kind of they're trying to push onto the newer phones, thankfully. So what it is you'll be able to speak and it'll type. That's not new, but what it'll do is it will have it all there as clickable links. So if in case your friend is on an iPhone, it'll have a clickable link for Wednesday. It'll highlight the Wednesday. It'll obviously go to your calendar and put it at Wednesday in case you use your scheduler. So it kind of coincides with okay, I can set up my stuff at the same time you are setting up this. It's good
So
for actual, I guess, workstation people, but doing it to order pizza with this kind of thing, no. No.
so let me get this straight. So you text me because you're Android, I'm iPhone.
Hmm.
You text me, do you want to get pizza on Wednesday?
Yeah.
My phone gets it, and it's
Hmm.
going to underline Wednesday, and I can tap that, and it'll open my calendar and put a thing on Wednesday, pizza with Justin.
Correct. It'll underline the Wednesday and it'll underline the pizza place if we select the pizza place on there.
Okay.
And I don't know what else the information was. However, upon also doing this, it'll
Hold on,
also
before we get too far from this.
okay. Okay.
My phone already does that without needing anything on the back end of your phone.
Okay.
Yes, it won't. It isn't going through and like selecting the pizza place, but it's like Wednesday, and it's giving me the option to add that to my calendar.
Okay. Aside from that, it'll also set a direct route to your car if it happens to have CarPlay or the Google Maps app. I mean,
But
it's a cool idea. It like
so I use
it's very
both Google
cyberpunk.
Maps. I use both Google Maps and Apple Maps. Phone came with Apple Maps. I don't really like it. The only reason I really use it is because there's certain things that when they come across, I can't get it to open in Google Maps.
Yeah.
So I keep both on my phone, and then I have Waze so I can avoid the cops. No.
Yeah.
uh, so it does a thing currently on both of those map systems
Mm-hmm.
that when I'm getting directions somewhere, once I've parked, it marks where I parked the car.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying this is giving direct? Are you saying it's sending the directions to the car? Like,
Yeah. So there will be certain screens that have Android, of course, and of course it's going to have Google Maps already installed. It's going to shoot it over to that machine when it turns on.
oh, okay, that I kind of understand. That one I can kind of work with, where it's like I pull up something on my phone and I send it to my car.
Yeah.
I could get behind that, but at the same time, I mean, I'm gonna have my phone with me when I get in the car, and
Right.
CarPlay is already a thing.
Yeah. So they're just saying it's going to automatically update everything and just basically be another Android device that is going to be in the car. That is going to automatically update with the thing that you have planned. It's a bit odd.
But that it feels like extra steps are something we already do.
Yep. And
Okay.
as Linus shows, yeah, it's stuff we already got back in March of 2017. Like
Yeah, like this isn't.
there's not a lot of new things, but a lot of things that are built in, such as the new cars that are going to be introducing these new features. Um, Starting at 42,000 freaking dollars for the I forget this is Honda. I think this is Honda. Hang on, I'm trying to remember who this is. I believe this is Honda. But even still, yeah, I wouldn't mind a screen in my future car, but yeah, this is Honda. But they have a marketplace where, hey, you want one of our screens? Take a look at Polestar, Volvo, GMC, Cadillac, Renault, Honda, Acura, Nissan, Infiniti, Lincoln, Ford, Buick, Mitsubishi, Mazda. I don't even know what that last one is, but I see Chevy up there, and I'm like, ooh, Chevy.
BYD, I do believe that's the Chinese cars.
Oh, neat.
I think. If that is, they just debuted at their big auto convention out in China. They just debuted their new electric car that can charge in less, I think it's like 6 minutes and some change, from
Ooh.
like 10% to 90.
I will admit the new Mazdas look pretty cool. If I wanted a lot of trunk space, I would definitely go with like a CX, just because they just look good as well as have big old trunks. Um,
Now, I bought an aftermarket smart device for my phone so that I could have CarPlay. Not for my phone, for my car, so I could have CarPlay in my car. My car is from before CarPlay. It just needs to do the CarPlay thing.
mhm.
I don't need it to have a mini computer built into my dashboard that does everything my phone already does.
Right.
I just need the phone to communicate to the little mini screen.
Right.
So
Now,
again, this isn't really a selling point. This is just making something that already exists more complicated.
same shit, different day is what I said. Sadly, my phone, the S22, is starting to hiccup with the battery. They don't make S22s anymore, which means I may have to upgrade to an S25 or S26. I don't want to shell out extra cash, so hopefully that whole jump program that I'm a part of will allow me to hop right up to the S26 series and not have a problem. That being said, Gemini is front loaded in the Galaxy S20s series.
Disgusting.
Yeah. That also being said, having something that's always going to be looking at my messages, always reading what I'm typing out on Discord. But Lena says, through the bad, there's a little bit of good, and through the good, there's a lot of bad. And, he says, with the interest of building your own at home data center, that was at the beginning, where you can have an at home data center with Google and have it both be on cloud as well as for, regular hard drives. He says this is probably the way to do it. If you want to have both cloud as well as a secure place for your data, Google seems to, or Android seems to be doing a little bit more good for that, because you can attach your phone to this. And I'm like, okay, if I wanted to save a truckload of video footage, hell, this stream, for example, and I obviously don't want to put it on my, my regular solid state drive, it's taking up some space. I can move all of them over into this wonderful looking server. It is always cool. It is always nice looking. Um, the bays are nice, can hold the regular 3.5 inch hard drives. I have zero problem with this product. The only problem I do have with this product is it is $800 for the bay alone. None of the hard drives are included.
I mean, if you're on the same network, do you need a drive that is built specifically connect to your phone? I mean, can't you just already do that through your computer? I don't know.
It's a little rough. It's a little rough, but
Okay.
you are correct. I could do that, but I would prefer to have it in a physical form like this. I would rather have it in.
No. What I'm saying is, can't I buy a Nasdaq? Nasdaq, is that what they're called?
I've never heard.
Some a NAS, something like that. They're one
Oh,
of the
okay.
yeah.
Yes, a network abilified system or something. I do know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
so couldn't in theory I just buy one of those. It's on the home network. I connect my phone
Yes, those are much
and
smaller.
move everything over. I don't know. All right. Well, okay.
But this was also, I believe, the sponsor, and they were just trying to be like, with all the Google AI stuff and all that, this is a good way to protect your stuff. So I do
I mean,
appreciate.
not if they're sponsoring with Google. I mean, who's
No,
to
no,
confirm that this thing isn't
no, no,
what?
no, no. That's Ugreen. This is Ugreen. It's just it plays nice with Android. It plays nice with uh the Android phones. No, no, no. This is Ugreen. Ugreen is mostly a power company, but they've started slowly going into storage.
So they're not sponsoring
Hang on.
Google.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Get out of here. Yeah, these are power banks is mostly what they usually do, like actual like big fuck off energy banks that you can power a home with, as well as small power banks for your phone, as well as the local area storage that you can have.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, and also there's a 15% off sale for joining, and also I believe 10% off of the stuff there. Not bad. However, the second talk about this one, I'm just gonna beat the fuck out of Google. He started off rough. He was like, I had to make a video fast because this was ridiculous. The fact of the matter that nobody, not a single person, liked this video up to a very certain point. He said less than 4% of people like like that keynote. And then he compared it to one of his videos where he was like, yeah, no, we did better, even on our worst video, which was the build a computer ASMR. Um, not really a lot of people look for that. And he says the whole keynote was just them talking about AI. There was very little product space. They did talk about the new Google Store, the Google PC thing that we talked about in the last keynote. But that one's more Android based. That is mostly Android based computer, like a Chromebook. That has nothing to do with AI, but it's going to be front loaded. That being said, Google really, really wants everybody in that building, that little amphitheater, to love AI. And God,
this is the keynote.
When you catch up on the
What were you
stream,
saying?
man, look at that shit.
Look at what shit?
The screenshot I sent you at the very beginning, man. I hope it catches up soon.
I'm seeing a guy play Doom. What am I supposed to be saying?
It's not Doom. It's AI made Doom.
Why do we need AI made Doom? Doom runs on potatoes.
I don't know. Wish I could tell you. So, 3 things wrong with this. 1, it's AI. Plain and simple. Secondly, Doom is open source. You can make textures, you can make maps, you can make guns, you can make just about anything. There are games right now that work off of the Doom engine that look 3 times better than this. And third, everything about it looks smudged. As if it took something and then kind of just rubbed its thumb on it a little bit. When I watched the whole hour and a half, mind you, hour and 50 minutes of the keynote before I went over to Linus and said, yeah, this is better. This made it a lot more simple and did not make me want to vomit. I wished.
This is the same announcement where they let us know that they're killing Google search and replacing it with Google AI, right?
Yes, Omni.
Okay.
So,
to be clear, I went through and I changed all my browser settings. They no longer auto search on Google.
Yeah, I also switched it. We're trying, what is it, DuckDuckGo right now?
I'm trying a couple. I'm trying DuckDuckGo, and I'm trying. I know DuckDuckGo has AI, but you can turn it off. And I'm trying Ecosia, ECOSIA, who also has AI in a couple of countries, but again has the option to turn it off.
Gemini 3.5. They are pushing it ahead of time. They say it will be released on June for AI mode. This is unavoidable. Google will now be pushing AI mode. They are going to be citing websites for like sciencey things, but for video games and other things, it may be 50-50. With information about medical stuff, it's all going to be guesses, and then, oh hey, this guy said this and this guy said this, without citing very many popular sites like what is it? MD, something MD.
WebMD.
Thank you. Like, it bothers the fuck out of me that AI is going to be replacing doctors with opinions.
Well, that's the problem. People have always been Googling their symptoms and thinking that is acceptable instead of going to a doctor. But that's a whole other conversation about our country and the medical system. But putting the doctor one to the side. I watched a video of a guy today that Googled, is Forza Horizon 6 available on the Xbox Game Pass? And the AI answer was no, it is not. Literally, the link directly beneath it is Xbox. Forza Horizon 6 now on Game Pass.
AI needs to hiccup a little bit more.
It's always wrong. Well, not always wrong, but it's consistently wrong. It's a mess. We just need to be able to search shit. Bring back Ask Jeeves.
Bring back Ask Jeeves.
I'm fucking done with this. I'm done with this. I turned off. I'm not doing the AI search shit. There's people who are talking about and kicking around ideas and working on things to replace as a YouTube replacement. I'll fucking go to those.
Now, with the Gemini 3.5 update, I will say this is the only cool thing that I think is a part of this is better looking maps for their Google Maps, where it'll have
it tells you to drive through a fucking wall. Oh wait, regular Google Maps already does that, and we're worried about making the maps look a little bit better with AI. It can't fucking give me directions as is.
You are correct. Remember when cars used to log their mapping focus?
I still own a Garmin. It's updatable. It's lifetime updates.
Oh man, the AI search is going to be a problem. The YouTube is now going.
They've lost my business.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like our podcast will be up on YouTube, but I have my subscriptions because they're trying to recommend me a lot of things that they think I would be interested in, judging from the things I've uploaded. And I'm like, we've talked about sneaker news, of course, a bunch of times. And so they say, hey, you must be a sneakerhead. Here's where you can buy these bunch of shoes. Or here's this guy reviewing a new set of shoes. And I'm like, no. You picked up half the story. We like shoes, yes. But we like pop culture shoes. So they're not quite, like, they're getting some of the shit out of it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. We're getting shoe news, but it's not what we're talking about.
I need someone to build the YouTube replacement where it's not a robot that's deciding whether or not you've had a community violation as a person, where they paid people for their content, and where it's not going to be an AI search engine. And I will switch over to that, and I will move on from YouTube. I will cancel the premium account and move.
Yeah, I have YouTube Music just
because I'm done. Like all of these companies. That's the thing, is I don't even use the YouTube Music. It comes with a premium thing. I don't even use it. Like all these companies that are pushing all the fucking AI shit. Every time I turn around, no, it's a new reason not to use you.
Mm-hmm.
I've now changed my search engine. I will move on from YouTube the second that there's something to replace it. I'll move on from TikTok the second there's something to replace it. And until there is, I'm going to start limiting how much I'm actually using it. I'm done.
Yep.
Fucking Netflix bought that fucking AI crap from Ben Affleck, and the second they start putting out stuff with it, I'm not watching those originals. I mean, I've already want to cancel because the prices keep going up. I've had that shit since 2011. The prices are insane now.
Next up on the docket, and even Linus was over the entirety, and we're not even a quarter of the way through his video, but they were talking about it. Google Spark, or I believe it's Gemini Spark. Yeah, Gemini Spark, which is a whole bunch of jargon for those who are in stream. It's a whole bunch of big words. And he finishes the whole entire thing, and at the beginning his voice was sounding like a modular little robot, but he was very autonomous about it. He was like, this is really dumb. But in short, with all this jargon on screen, what it does is it is independently handling intricate pipelines like software engineering, customer service resolution, and business operations. So it's good for day-to-day planning, making sure that it can handle customer service as it comes through without needing an actual person. Customer service, I will admit, is one of those things where it's a 50-50. It's either really, really good because it's going to be like, oh, you had a problem with this product? Okay, tell me what was wrong with the product. Oh, that was wrong with the product? You get a refund. Or send it back, you get a refund. That kind of thing. But then you get the other half.
I bought a VIX inhaler thing. It does like the steaming thing for when
Ooh.
you have chest or sinus infection.
Okay.
And it's supposed to come with these little inserts of Vicks thing that you can slide in so you get the Vicks smell. And I bought it on fucking Bezos.com. And it didn't come with the little Vicks inserts. And so I contacted support. I was like, hey, what gives? And they're like, well, for us to fix this, what you need to do is you need to package the whole thing back up. You need to take it to one of the return locations. You need to send it back to us. We will send you a new one that might have those in it. You really? You can't just discount, credit my account back the price of those things, or just fucking send me some because you sell them on the goddamn website? Oh, wait, I'm not even talking to a person. I'm talking to a bot. I can't even talk to a person about this. Only the bot's available for this.
AI bubble needs to pop very quickly. But as the other hand,
I'm so tired of all of it. None of it fucking works. It all sucks.
Mm-hmm. There's very few needs for AI. Turning on my lights, thanks. That's good enough.
That's not even AI. That's a program.
Yeah.
And it's a program that's existed for like decades at this point. Like it's not even a new concept, and that's not even AI.
Mm-hmm. So apart with Spark, it can also clean up your emails to where what's actually bad, what's good. No. I don't trust Google with that. He does offer a interesting one where it actually goes through a list of emails that have been flagged, and it will do those first, and then push over some to the side and be like, "Hey, these ones came up on my list, but I don't know if you signed up for it, so we're just gonna keep it there."
It's very simple. The Nigerian prince didn't email you. This isn't a new concept. Spam's
Right.
existed.
But the program he offered is called OpenClaw. I believe it's only $1 per clearing of an inbox. It can also manage your calendar, check you in for flights. You can, even if you use WhatsApp, Telegram, any other chat you use, it moves over those dates, times, flight information. It's very similar, he says, but it doesn't need the AI portion. You still fill in the bits and pieces, and it just kind of keeps you in the know on a easier to manage app.
What is this flight thing? Why is this in everything? Who's struggling this much with going on a fucking flight?
I don't know, but
why is this included in all of these?
I haven't flown in like a bazillion years, so I don't know. Let me skip by that. So Omni, we're going to talk about Gemini Omni, not to be confused with Omni Man.
It just is evil.
Well, later seasons, but I digress.
I haven't actually watched the show. I haven't read the comic.
Gotcha. So Omni is their generative AI model, where it is the generative part that even Linus loathes generation AI, and he talks about how sure there's some impressiveness to it, but at the same time, what good is this going to do? We're going to be having animations built by this, and no one will be able to tell the difference. They say right now, using Gemini, 1 in 4 is unintelligible to actual footage. And he continues to state, with things getting better and people actually using this, such as those in the creative fields, I begin to actually wonder what building a future with AI could be. Such as, we did a test run using our own generative AI that they owned. They put together an LLC and began to build a server that was built off of themselves, and said, hey, what would be a good generational build for the next year of our business on YouTube? What would be the next features we do with videos? What would be the best ways forward to continue talking about these topics? And it gave him a pretty scary look into the future and how they can build videos using those ideas. He says, we have no plans to, but some of them were good. Going into Doc's
I doubt that they actually were. I doubt that it would actually run at an acceptable thing. It's the thing is I've seen a bunch of the shit people create with AI, and it's like, no, this is just something else with an ugly skin on it.
Right.
Like, I already
Right.
know what this is. This isn't new because it needs existing shit to be plugged into it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Google Docs, not a really good thing right now, but it's fine. It's fair. It holds all my documents right now. Is going to be introducing something called Google Live. And what that is if you're having a really rough day, but you're wanting to get all of the notes of your professor speaking, it will attempt to listen to all of it and then break it down into easy bullet points for just so that way you can kind of gauge the intake and take it a lot more simpler. It'll even
Don't
mark.
trust that.
Yeah, I know, right? Some of these also include things such as an interest to build a idea portfolio for homework, and in case it hears for your homework, do this. It'll say, okay, well, this is the book you're reading. Here's a little bit of the keynotes of what that will inspire. They do
So
they
we're trusting this thing to pick up on words, understand the context of those words, and then give me a perfect cliff notes.
yes.
Yeah, I don't trust any of that. First of all, voice texting doesn't even work right. But secondly, it's not going to do it right. It's not going to understand it. It doesn't understand nuance. It doesn't understand sarcasm. It doesn't understand context.
Right. I concur. I'm right there beside you.
And if you are completely incapable of understanding the things that you're attempting to learn, and you need an AI to break it down for you,
Drop
maybe
out.
it's not the
Drop
path
out.
for you. I'm not going to say drop out, but maybe it's not the path for you. Maybe it's like, hey, not everybody's good at everything.
Right.
Plenty of things I suck at.
Right. But sadly, they talked about the same thing I talked to you about on the last keynote. This one also had the being able to pre-purchase things when they become available, such as pre-orders for events, artists, football, soccer, etc.,
You think
etc.
scalpers with their bots suck now?
Yeah. However, they do limit it to 4 per account. So
I
I'm
bet you it's 4 per account right
and
now, but then it's gonna be like, well, for an extra $10 a month,
mm, yeah,
get
I'm
unlimited when you pay us for a year of the subscription.
yeah. I hate scalpers. I loathe them. One of them.
I hate everything about everything we're talking about right now. It all fucking sucks ass.
Yeah. Did you hear about the scalper that got electrocuted trying to break
No,
into
but
one of the vending machines?
no, I saw one of those vending machines today. It was under maintenance. I was like, I never see these things, and when I do, they're always under maintenance.
I've seen them. Most of the time, I take a look at them. They're sold out. Oh, we got a
I mean,
hydrate and
that's the
tap.
thing is like it would be sold out. It wouldn't matter. Okay,
True.
it wouldn't matter anyways. It would be sold out. But I'm just saying, like the one time I see one, it's fucking under maintenance.
Mm,
Which
I
because it's
concur.
funny, they don't have one in the store I actively shop in. But I stopped at a random store today while I was out working because I had to pee. Probably too more information that I needed to put into that sentence.
That's fine.
But I stopped into a random store and I was like, oh hey, like there's actually one of these machines, but it's down.
Yeah. Actually, before I go too far into this, at the beginning of the Omni talk, of the little trailer that they played, there is a gentleman that plays at the beginning of. Oh no, it's on the regular one. Let me go to that keynote.
Was that a
Um,
biblically accurate fucking angel for a second there?
for a minute there, yeah. Where is the? Yeah, here we go. Generative media. Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. So, at the beginning of this, nope, quiet you. So, at the beginning of this little teaser that they had, the one that you just saw, at the very beginning of that, there is a bass player, a musician, that begins playing the bass and says, "You're in the era where the human has to be the most creative." I want that to kind of sink in, where you say human needs to be the most creative and tell me where AI is on that.
I'm putting it out there right now.
Oh shit! I'm
not condoning.
I'm getting a bloody nose from how dumb that is.
All right. Well, no passing out while you're on the podcast. Wait until we're done.
No promises.
I don't condone violence. I don't condone the destruction of property. When people start burning AI data centers to the ground, I'm just not going to care.
We're gonna turn the other cheek.
Like, I'm not going to go roast marshmallows on it because I get enough carcinogens as is. But I won't be upset.
So all right. So at the time of this, I'm going to actually refresh this page and see how many views this keynote speech has. 8 and 3/4 million views, 26,000 likes. I don't even want to think about how many dislikes, but are we getting this right now? Bam! I just disliked it. They turned the comments off. Fuck them.
They turn the comments off. You can no longer see dislikes. You're watching it on this company's site where they removed the ability to see dislikes several years back because how dare we know that people don't like something?
Right. But the ideology, we're going back over to the generative AI part. They did showcase a lot of the stop motion where they put a model into the Omni, and as soon as the Omni learned that model, it moved that model very interestingly. No extra fingers, no weird stepping, and I'm like, this is gonna be bad for animators. We are at a point already where animators are having a hard fucking time.
I call bullshit. There's something in there that we're just not noticing. Either that or they made it with the AI and then had a person go in and clean it up.
Yeah. Code making. Obviously, Anti-Gravity 2.0 is going to be their ideology of if you can code it or tell us how to code it, we can fix it. So here's the whole thing. You give it a simple premise and a simple, like, a line of code that you worked on, and you say, hey, it didn't run. Can you help me make it run? And it will begin to fact check all of the lines of code that it feeds. Because he goes, dang, this didn't run. I'm going to have my generational AI, Anti-Gravity 2.0, make it better. And Linus says, this is bad for game creation. This is terrible for game creation. Because he says, people who do QA, people who do beta testing, alpha testing, people who even work in the programming field are not getting the experience they need.
No, because here's the thing. This thing running some code and thinking it works just fine is not the same as playing a game and realizing an undesirable outcome happens when you do it 3 times in a row.
That is correct. But that was it. That was it for the Anti-Gravity, where the guy was yucking it up and being like, it ties into Gemini Spark, so it'll allow you to code, and when you're finished code, it'll like tell you, hey, you're done doing your job. Here's your next task, etc.
And again, this thing couldn't look at the first result on its own search page and accurately report that a video game was on Game Pass. Yet we're going to trust it to fix coding.
Yep. And I mean, it apparently did a good job. Who knows how much of it was just a video playing in the background? But that, as you foresaw, that fucking Doom knockoff that he played for 10 seconds, no gunfire, no actual testing of a game.
People with the most basic understanding of coding can build Doom nowadays. Doom is no longer a benchmark.
Doom is
the only benchmark that Doom is nowadays. The only benchmark that Doom is nowadays is, can it run Doom? Not can it build Doom?
So, Ion Fury, the 3D Realms makers of Duke Nukem 3D, etc., it works off a build engine, which is 3 years after Duke Nukem. As soon as it became open source, Ion Fury said, we can make that engine go to its finest, and damn good. Let's actually use the Quake engine. Dusk. Oh, quiet you. Looks fucking fantastic, even for a old as fuck engine. One of my favorite boomer shooters. Like,
Well, that's the thing is you're showing me that this thing can build a Doom knockoff, and it's like, okay, did it use
AI?
did
No.
it build that from scratch,
Yes.
or did it build that completely from scratch? It started with fucking zeros and ones. It actually sat there and it wrote a script from beginning to end, or did it use the existing fucking engine and just tweak it to where it's not exactly the same as Doom?
So the engine itself is pliable. It is very bending. I want to say there's a couple other games that run. I think Sulaco runs off of it. I am misspelling Sulaco. Is it Selaco? Yeah, I believe Sulaco also uses the Doom engine, which
I'm not saying anything against anybody building games in the Doom engine or
oh no. But what I'm saying is this doesn't look like Doom, but it's using the Doom engine.
right, yeah.
It I guess it just depends on how they utilized it. But Sulaco is a very fine game using GZ Doom, which is the open source port of Doom that anybody can get their hands on. You can go out there right now, grab GZ Doom, grab a wad of Doom 1, Doom 2, Final Doom, and just throw it on in there. They do not care anymore about those original games. If you want to support the developers, if you still want to support Romero making new maps for Doom 1 or Doom 2, you can still buy Sigil and all of the other releases. That being said, these engines still fucking good. Like, they are probably very prominent in the boomer shooter creation. I don't want AI touching these at all. John Carmack is probably
I
doing
don't want to touch any.
donuts in his fucking singularity right now. He's not dead, but he's a 4-time scientist. He has made impossible graphics in 1994. Like
I'm telling you right now, plain and simple. Anytime I find out that something that someone has done involves AI, I'm done with it. I'm not buying it. I'm not using it. I don't want anything to do with it.
Okay.
I haven't played Crimson Desert.
Yeah, and Crimson Desert does look good though.
And I understand where they're coming from. That wasn't supposed to stay in there. It was a placeholder, yada yada. You didn't need to use AI for a placeholder. It's a bullshit defense that people were using. Well, we just needed something there, and using AI was the easiest. No. Like, you could literally draw a fucking stick figure and stick it on the wall for the purpose you're talking about.
And I'd be okay with that.
It's a bullshit excuse.
So, speeding through this, there is one gray lining, not a silver lining, a gray lining. Now there is going to be, if you use the Gemini AI generative stuff, there's going to be an invisible watermark that is going to be on every single piece of AI generation. And down below, it'll say AI generated. So that way, anytime you upload that video, anywhere you upload it, anywhere you put it, on TikTok, on YouTube, on fucking as a VOD on Twitch, it will state down below at the very bottom that it is.
We know what black place people are going to try to generate this stuff for.
True. But it will always have that invisible watermark, and it will always say at the very bottom, in any text, it will force that text on there that says that this is AI generated content. And I'm like, that's what we're kind of leaning toward, but at the same time, still don't need generated AI. Like, we do not need that. It is not worth it. Because
God forbid people have talents and not everybody's able to do those things.
Like, hire those people.
Like, that's what this comes down to. That this is people upset because, well, I can't draw because I wasn't born with that specific talent. I wasn't able to craft that skill. I'm incapable of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a computer program because I have that talent and that skill. I'm going to build it to ruin other people's things because I'm pissy that I didn't have that specific skill available to me.
Yeah. And I hate it. I loathe it. I do better. Fucking goddamn. Last on their little keynote was their little Google glasses, XR glasses, whatever the fuck you want to call them, where it is like extreme reality or whatever the fuck they named it. They did put some.
Which, by the way, did you hear about this Meta thing where it turned out there was a bunch of people in another country that that just broke their NDAs to let you know that this whole time they've been watching all the shit that your fucking Meta glasses have been seeing?
Yep, and a lot of people from Meta just got fired. I'm not happy with anyone right now. The only people I'm happy with
Reminder:
is...
if you buy Meta glasses, someone's seen your doink.
Yeah, or please don't do that while you're on your Meta glasses.
That's the thing, is people talked about, like, the people that came out and spoke, from what I understand, are like,
People
oh
did do
yeah,
that.
there's people that took their glasses off and just set them on their nightstand, and their wife came in to change, and it's all being caught on there because the fucking glasses are essentially always on.
My stomach hurts. But even still, these ones are supposedly a little bit better. They are only on when they are on a face. They have facial tracking where your eyes are looking. If you have poor eyesight, they read for you. But I'm like, we have fucking glasses. We have glasses.
That's literally what glasses are. And if you're blind, there's literally already apps and stuff that do that for you, and there's systems and programs that you can get that do that for you.
Yeah. Now, I don't, as Linus puts in this, being able to walk across the street without being hit or making a terrible bet at a casino, these XR glasses are not going to be it. He says he does enjoy a few of the key features, such as being able to take a photo. What he's mad about is that photo turns into AI generation.
Just pull out your fucking phone, take a photo. Pull out a digital camera, take a photo. Pull out a fucking Polaroid, take a photo.
Hang on, I forget where it is. Yeah, the woman on stage takes a photo with them, but he says it does have a lot of power behind it. With two, there we go. It looks so fucking weird. I hate this. But yeah, apparently you can now take AI generated photos, throw them onto a Google Watch or whatever the fuck those are called. Google really dropped the fucking ball, but at the very end of the talk, Linus does sit us down and say there are things in line that do seem interesting to me, but vastly no, we don't need any of that. He talks about
What
how
is the point of this? I'm wearing a pair of glasses that can take a crappy photo, fill it with crap AI, and put that on my watch. How is that a selling point?
Neural expressive. Oh, okay. So he talks about neural expressive and the new Google AI Ultra, new plan starting at $100. Doesn't say for a month, doesn't say for a year, doesn't say a fucking lifetime guarantee. It just says new plan starting at $100. Google, you lost the fucking plot.
Go out of business. Go out of business. I'm fine with it. Just die. Bring back ass juice.
Yeah. And Linus is even like, what are you fucking doing? But then he goes, okay, I'm done talking about it. Here's the segue to our sponsor. I'm done. Bye. Like he like went off script a couple times from what I felt, but he does not like this entire keynote speech. Like even the title, Google's most hated announcement ever. Like let me scroll down a little bit.
I don't.
There it is. There it is.
I don't own stock in Alphabet, but if I did, I'd be fucking ditching it right now.
Yeah. I would wait until it hit the utmost
That's
highest.
That's not financial advice. I should be clear. That is not financial advice.
It is not financial advice, but be aware, we do know that this bubble is going to fucking pop because of how
we don't know that. Once again, we're not giving financial advice. Justin's not giving you financial advice.
Fine, I'm not giving you financial advice, but we want the bubble to pop.
We want the bubble to pop.
We want the bubble to pop.
I have my personal faith that it'll pop, but that is not me guaranteeing anything and saying that someone should do something financially with anything.
True. Make your own decisions on it. If you don't like AI as much as we do, wait till it reaches its utmost highest, because they've been bouncing along with Tesla.
Nope, don't even say that.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm just saying we're not going to give you any advice on what to do with your investments.
No, not at all. I just mentioned that they've been bubbling up and down. Do whatever you want. Love you. Bye. Okay. Let's head over to some fun shit.
Is there any?
Yes. Disney is getting back into doing original animation again.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Dragon Striker looks relatively good. An action soccer game. Very Blue Lock for those who are in the animation realm. It looks like a little bit of Magitech with some cyberpunk, what do they fucking call that? Um, Magic Core type of machines. Steampunk. I'm here for all of it.
So I'm confused. Is this a show or a game?
I believe it is a show.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, Disney XD, Hulu. Okay, yeah, it's a show. Okay. Well, this looks interesting.
And it will be available June 9th, which is right around the freaking corner, which didn't give it a lot of time to talk about it, but
yeah, that's kind of one of my biggest gripes with them on some of their stuff lately is like your marketing is trash, guys. Like look how long it took for you guys to start pushing the marketing on uh Mandalorian and Grogu. I mean, they're dropping this trailer what 2 weeks before this comes out?
let me see. Yeah, about 3 weeks. But I'm here
Yeah.
for it. I'm gonna watch it. It looks
No, it
entertaining.
looks interesting.
June 9th. Heading over to the product side of things, the insertcoinclothing.com/mouse. You'll find mouse PI for hire clothing. They just stopped the 3 for $30 t-shirts, but they're still not bad of a price tag, where you can get a Jack Pepper varsity jacket, a Mouseburg resort shirt with a lot of familiar faces if you've been around town, the Spike D jacket, a Heart t-shirt, a Mouse PI for Hire group t-shirt, and a few lovely pins of Jack, Tammy, and Heart. Kind of bummed that they didn't have a couple other characters on here, but that's fine by me, I guess. They also have
I
a
haven't
bunch
gotten
of
far enough in the game to know most of the characters, but I do like the pins. The pins are nice.
pins are nice. They have a bunch of other pins, such as over on the Cyberpunk 2077 side of things, where you can get a samurai jacket as well. They have all of the major people, or the groups. Valentinos, Voodoo Boys, Aldecados, the Moxies, the Tiger Claws, the Animals. Sadly, not the... I really would have wished they did the Edge Runners logo for a pin, but they got the Arasaka, the Samurai, the Drama Team, which I would be leaning toward getting that one, and the Maelstrom, the quote-unquote worst in the city type of pin. They also have the nice samurai jackets, the Edge Runner David's jacket, some totes, a blanket of David and I keep wanting to say Lucy on the moon looking down at the Earth, and I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. But a lot of really good gear. There's a lot more here, by the way. There's Persona, No Man's Sky, Hotline Miami. I think Hotline Miami has Jacket's jacket. Ghost of Yote, Helldivers, Doom. Just a whole lot of really cool stuff. You happen to pop. Oh, I saw a little bit of blur on this face. I don't know if this is AI generated. I'm gonna, but even still, some of their stuff's on sale. $5.63 for the Eternal, Doom Eternal Cacodemon T-shirt, which is kind of nice. $5.63. There's a lot of clearance here too. Badoop. Heading over to the Cinemark shop. Quincy and I think we've made the agreement that we are not going to see this movie, but they keep pulling out really cool fucking popcorn buckets for Masters of the Universe.
It's one of those things. I'm not like standing on business on it or anything. It's not like the movie did anything where I'm like, oh no, I'm boycotting it. It's just I watched the Masters Universe trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the decisions they made and went, that's not what I want from Masters of the Universe.
Same, but also I really don't like Jared Leto.
Well, I don't like Jared Leto. Putting that to the side, I don't like some of the other decisions they're making. I don't like the voice they went with for Skeletor. I don't like the storyline. Like it's just not what I wanted from this movie. And this is a movie that's been off and on in the works for so long that we had been hoping for a long time. And now this is what we're getting, and it's not what I wanted.
It's not what I want. I would have said give it back to Kevin Smith and have him do the live action run.
Well, and I don't know if that's something that he would or would not want to do. I mean, I enjoyed the cartoon that he did.
I did too.
But it's one of those things. Like, I think I'll just go watch the original live action and watch the what grocery store was it?
Grocery store?
Hold on.
Okay.
Where is it? They did the
Shop smart. Shop S smart.
money supermarket.
Oh.
Those commercials were fucking hilarious with the He-Man and Skeletor dancing.
When I saw this popcorn bucket, I was like, damn, this is probably one of the few that I would go out of my way for. $45 is a little steep. It has a detachable Rampart drink holder, as well as a little skull cap that comes off for your snacky snacks. And then, of course, it holds a lot of fucking popcorn in it. That's a pretty good modular.
No, I like it. I watched someone doing like the fill-up of it. It was pretty cool to see.
Oh, that's unresponsive and unhelpful. I can click into one of the things, but I can't make it bigger for everybody to see.
But can't make it actually bigger.
Yeah.
Nice.
But having a detachable drink cup, having it have a nice place for your candy is cool. This would have been a really good one. Sold out a couple hours after I got the email for this.
I saw the same one in a Regal advertisement. I'm not going to guarantee that you can find these at a Regal, but generally you have to go in and buy those in person, not on the website. So you never know if you pop in a Regal what you're going to find when it comes to a popcorn bucket.
All of the movies that are coming out in the near future sold out across the board. $80
well, some of those are old.
Mandalorian and Grogu bucket is $80.
I'm waiting for the stream to get caught up so I can see what this bucket looks like, but so far I'm disagreeing with that price. Oh, it's the AT-AT. I still wouldn't spend $80 on that. I mean, it's cool, but I wouldn't spend $80 on that.
How much does it fit? 85.
Not very much.
That does not fit 85 ounces.
I call bullshit. What they do with these normally is they just give you a large popcorn separate, and then this thing that opens up that you can then pour some of your popcorn in, so that you can be like, it's the popcorn thing, even though it totally doesn't hold enough popcorn.
Yeah, I want to. Oh, it also has lights? Question mark.
Oh, if it has lights, it brings up the price a little bit. It's still not $80, but
yeah, no.
But also, don't sell popcorn buckets that light up, because people are just gonna turn that shit on in the movie theater. I'm gonna punch them.
Well, it just seems to be the little lasers at the very front. So not.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want someone shining lasers in my fucking eye while I'm watching a movie.
Laser beams.
Because you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. However, also in the Cinemark shop, celebrating the 40th anniversary.
Wait, real quick. The one exception to this. What are those little fucking star things in Mario?
Oh, the Luma?
Yeah. They sold the light up Lumas. Those were fucking adorable, and I felt like every kid should be allowed to have one of those and light it up at the movie theater.
Yeah. And I also think that it would probably be like a dull light. It wouldn't be one of those bright ones.
It wasn't. Yeah, they weren't super bright.
Yeah.
They glowed.
Yeah.
Continue.
To celebrate Back to the Future's 40th anniversary, they released the Cinemark shop a Back to the Future 88 miles per hour hoodie featuring the DeLorean. Speaking of DeLorean, I picked up that car in Forza Horizon 6, so I'll be decking it out to make it look very much like the original with the flex capacitor and all. Down below, it comes with the back area covered with the 40, and the 0 is the clock tower with the broken bit down at the bottom, and the DeLorean with the, what do they call them, seal wings? I forget what they call those doors.
So there's a name for them that I don't know that we can say. I don't know what the actual gull wing.
Gullwing. Okay, I was close. I
Gullwing
was
door.
close. I was close.
I was thinking the doors that go upward the other way.
Ah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
But
those are the Gullwings.
But even still, a very fine looking sweater, $50, but it comes in my size, so I ain't that mad. But doop. Heading over to mondoshop.com, they seem to be doing a lot of these classic figures that are very simple but very well made. Batman the Animated Series Batgirl 1/6 scale figure, limited edition for $235. These look pretty dang good. I love I love that Mondo is one of the websites that does scenes with their figures. Like they'll set it all up to showcase like
Yeah,
Babs
they do a
fighting.
good like photo set of it. Why can't I think of the word?
Diorama.
Photo shoot.
Oh, photo shoot. Yeah. But her fighting Clayface, very entertaining. Her even comes with a head with just no mask. Good staging, yeah. That as Sock says in chat. Um, has a whole slew of different poses, different pieces, hands, her grappling hook, the hair sticking out the back. If you want to do that, I like it. It's a pretty good dang figure. 235 is still a little steep though, but it is
Yeah,
made out
that's
of
very.
high quality, very good quality though. Badoop. Thank you to Preternia for all of the toy stuff, by the way. Heading over to the McFarland Elite Edition stuff. Helldivers 2 has a Helldiver with some pretty nice looking orange, I believe that's recon or support armor, with a lot of accessories, mostly guns, including one of my favorites. Comes with their nice little battle saber, the stun rod, the LMG. I believe that is the railgun, the regular Liberator. I think that's the toxicity launcher, and then the revolver, my favorite. I like all this stuff that comes with this. Gets a big thumbs up. Also, he
Yeah, I
comes
don't know
with
any of the
a
gun names. I just go with whatever shoots the most bullets,
fair enough.
and then one of the rockets.
Also, an interesting hand that it comes with is a hang loose hand.
Shaka bra.
Yeah, bro. Thank you again to Preternia for this one. Mike Hagar is getting an action figure. For those who don't know who Mike Hagar is, Final Fight, the one of the strong men of the game. You probably would recognize him from the noise he makes in Final Fight when he does a disastrous lariat. Brah! I haven't seen a figure for Mike Hagar, so I'm excited to see that Storm Collectibles is making one. I would love to see him have his pipe as an additional item because you got to respect the pipe. But had an Amazon exclusive set of things: the Transformers the movie, the soundtrack, the reformatted edition. Comes in some very interesting colorways with a lot of their music redone up. Um, Such as Dare to Be Stupid. Um, Beautiful light blue for one, a very interesting Decepticon purple for another, and then I would call this like a crimson, probably a deeper mauve red for the third one, but all of which are going to be available on Amazon. I believe the blue one is the exclusive. I believe they are $26. Real quick,
That's the
$29.98.
thing. That's the thing that stops me from buying more records is the price.
Yeah. I actually the record that I got on pre-order not too long ago was only $22, and it's limited release up to 500, and so I had to jump on it. But it was the fact of it was only $22 for a limited release. I was like, huh.
Yeah, I mean they're not terrible. It's just one of those things like I can't buy 10 records because I can't blow $200.
Right. Something that I had to show a friend of mine just because he's a huge fan of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. But Monster High and Killer Clowns from Outer Space had a collaboration to make a very funny collab. Uh, Also, I just noticed on the soles of her shoes are fucking balloon animals.
Yeah, the high heels are balloon animals. They're the
I didn't
dogs.
I didn't notice
That's
that at
actually
first. They
it's a rather clever
they
design.
worked very hard on this. I can be appreciative. I do like the Monster High collectibles, and I would never collect them myself, but I do enjoy that they're bringing monsters to girls. And
Yeah, I do like that. It's one of those things that horror can be for everyone. Um, the line that I get a little weirded out with it on is that they're supposed to be teenagers because it's Monster High. Um, and some of the doll choices in the past, I've been like that's an interesting choice for something that's designed to be a teenager.
a little risque, or what?
They made an Elvira Monster High doll,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm
and like
actually interested that they had this extra little feature with their fingers. Like they had the little googly wigglers that the other killer clowns have.
yeah, this is a really good design. I like this.
Yeah. Uh. But do. Last thing we'll talk about for toys is McFarlane Toys has a 1/6 scale Doctor Doom figure that goes up for pre-order a couple days ago, but it's still available. Uh, I fucking love it. It comes with a Doctor Doom #1 reprint, and you can pose him in the same way. It looks fucking great. I love Doctor Doom, and this figure looks fucking tastic. I think it's actually a statue.
I'm surprised that they released this now and didn't wait till we get a trailer for the movie.
Ooh. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, $60. Oh, and it is a statue. Okay. Ah, boo. I would like to have put him in a much more straightforward pose, but this is good too. $60 for this figure is not bad. Plus, if it's your first order through McFarlane Toys, as I just clicked away, you can get 10% off. So get $6 off. Not bad. But
Yeah, it wouldn't be my first order. I've definitely spent my money with McFarlane in the past.
yeah, I need to make a purchase with McFarlane. Well, I don't have anywhere to put these. I'll think about it. Last on our docket, John Carpenter loves video games. He loves making music. He loves metal. He loves tabletop games. He loves everything we love, I think, in an essence. Like he just seems like that really cool uncle that kind of does his own thing, but then every now and again he'll be like, "Hey, can you check this out for me?" And this current project, I don't know if I have the okay to play it, considering it's on Bandcamp, and Bandcamp I don't know
Yeah,
if it's,
let's not play the music because I don't know if we're gonna get a strike for that.
that is true. Leave it off. But I played a little bit of it myself, of their new album, John Carpenter's new album, Cathedral, which is going to debut on August 7th. But you have all the details for that, yes?
Yeah, let me pull that back up real quick because it crashed. Because that
Oh,
just seems to be how everything works in my life now. Is everything just crashes.
fair enough. I'm gonna eat the screensavers while I do that. I'll.
So this is going to be releasing. Um, The album serves as a soundtrack for the graphic novel of the same name, penned by Carpenter and his wife, creative partner, producer, and editor Sandy King, and writer Sean Sobkazik. I think I'm saying that right. The graphic novel is out August 4th, and the album lands August 7th, with pre-orders underway. Made with his frequent collaborators, Cody Carpenter, which I do believe is his son, and Daniel Davies. Each track of the album aligns with a chapter of the graphic novel, with liner notes guiding listeners through the story as an immersive experience. Cathedral is illustrated by Federico De Luca and Luis Guaragana, colored by Sion Mandrake, and lettered by Marshall Dillon. So yeah, um, you can get the first track and video and a video at Fangoria, and then obviously also we've got the thing here on Bandcamp where you can listen to it as well.
And one of these things is limited edition of 1,000. Only 25 left of their special colorway vinyl with Midnight Splatter. Um,
Nice.
and it's only $29. So if you want to high fly it right now, it also includes the one track, the one that's up at the top, but it'll include a download for it.
And to be clear, we're recording this at 9:56 on 5:20.
Oh, yeah. So you have at Pacific Standard Time. And yes, you have very limited time if people are.
I don't
running
want
at
someone
you.
listening to this episode in a week and going, "You guys told me it was there."
Yeah, it's there now. 25 left. TikTok. Amethyst LP. It's got a nice purple colorway, maybe a little translucent, along with the 7-inch one. The deep blue, and then the black LP, all ranging from $22 all the way up to $29 for that limited edition release. And then further down, you got the CD for $14, and then the short sleeve and long sleeve T-shirt, $25, $35 respectively. And if you want the whole entire discography, $151.98.
All right.
I mean, if you want to support him, he does do very good music.
Yeah.
I have
I
a
mean,
bunch
I
of
would
his
probably
songs.
just buy the album and like a regular version of the album and the graphic novel and do it that way. But yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, I have a couple of his songs on my YouTube music playlist. He does very good metal. Going down, there's a couple things that are already sold out, such as the Sacred Bones exclusive deluxe collector's edition, which includes the first issue of the comic and some signatures. And then the just the regular graphic novel without the signatures was also sold out. You can listen to the first track, 10th track, Lord of the Underground, which I gotta say, fucking metal. I love it. I can already envision what's going to be that chapter of that graphic novel just from the music. So he wanted it to be a trip. I can feel it. Oh, but dude. That's all I got for today. We hit 2 hours
yeah.
and 40 minutes of it, and you were quiet.
20 minutes of it I was quiet, and
20
then
minutes?
40 minutes of it I was very loud about hating AI.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe where you can. Remember to check the links down in the description for good old Humble Bundle, where you can help out some charities while also getting some cool shit. They also have, if in case you have a D&D campaign that needs some minifigures of the monsters, there's a whole slew of monsters available for only like $15. Zenny has a couple really good sales for, I was about to say Mother's Day. Come on. Memorial Day. Yeah, my brain's working today. I'm very tired.
Mine's not. Yeah, I'm tired of
it. They are having some pretty good sales for Memorial Day. Go and check that out. I believe it's 25% off of most of their exclusive stuff, and then 50% off of their inexpensive stuff. So it's already cheap, making it cheaper. Hero Forge, they just added something for goat folk in case you have a satyr that has a full goat personification to them. They even added goat-like eyes, and with the premium plastic that I saw, it goes. It really fucking slaps. Check out Quincy over on his threads. Check me out over on my Twitter. I may be streaming a little bit more in the near future just because I've been playing a lot of Forza Horizon, and I don't know, I just kind of chill. And if anyone else wants to chill, check out the Twitch stream later on in the future, twitch.tv/TheUglyMugs.
Hit that follow button. You'll get an alert anytime he goes live.
Yeah. And, hop into the Discord in case you want to fly by. I just banned a guy for proclaiming his love for AI and how he worked with AI. And, yeah, he was a bot.
I mean, he was AI.
He was AI.
I post memes about a shark that made me laugh for 30 minutes straight that everyone ignored.
Oh, no, I laughed. I posted a little rat with a hat on it. I usually laugh at those.
Dude, seriously, I laughed for like 30 minutes straight when I saw that. I was like, why am I laughing so hard at this?
You dopey fuck. At the end of days, at the end of weeks, at the end of months, at the end of years, please love one another. It is certainly free to do. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.